Hi, this is Attila16 and this is another video of my campaign with the Roman at Legendary, and in this case I will be attacking this settlement. We ended up into a foggy day, so we'll have to imagine a lot of the fight, I suppose. So let's start this. So I have deployed my legion in the formation, which doesn't really matter in this context because this will be a pretty straightforward battle. I'm assuming that might not be the case, and I guess I will try to engage from 2 points of entry. This will allow me to fight all those men pretty quickly. Now I guess perhaps what I should do here will be to commit even more troops to the entry here, because what I might want to do is first of all engage from there and then engage from the rear, as well as engaging over there. So using this multiple front attack might be an effective way to defeat this army very quickly. Actually, there's 3 armies around here, so now I have my skirmisher, which are taking some of the punishment. But I suppose that since I'm the Roman, I should probably advance forward with my legions, which are my main killing machine. Here there might be some fleet coming in, I'm not sure. So I will keep this legion in reserve to cut the path of potential enemy reinforcements. I have my cavalry here, which I'll keep nearby to intervene if there's any enemy army coming up. So now my legions are engaging forward, as you can see here, fighting against those, these are light horse. And there's a couple of mercenaries, which are a little better than light horse, I believe, but not that much better. And my legionnaires are very well supported by my javeliner, which seem to be reducing the amount of cavalry much more than my legionnaires. Okay, let's attack those Celt warrior. Well, here I'm just waiting for those 3 cohort to get into position behind my formation here. A few skirmishers seem to be throwing a few rocks at my legionnaires, but normally the legion armor is sufficient to resist to that, hopefully. There seem to be some catapult, well, not catapult, but maybe scorpion. Okay. So now with this group I will attack those troops here. And here I think I will only need 2 units of legionnaires, and here I'll keep 1 group in reserve. And here I have my elite troops, which are staying in the back, while my 2 cohort here are advancing through the enemy rank. Okay, they send some troop to intercept my own troops. I'll keep my reserve in the back here. While here I will renew my order to keep pushing into the line, which is attacking here. My goal here is really to attack the enemy from 2 sides, which will make them panic much faster, hopefully. Now I suppose that with my cavalry I should bring a few just here in case that there's enemy reinforcements which might come from here. It did happen in the past in a couple of battles, so it's just a security here. So the enemy didn't notice my presence and they're taking action on it. While here I'm still fighting through. As you can see, I'm advancing slowly. This is all thanks to the mod Close Combat. Okay, this group here is receiving quite a bit of fire. It's probably because he's more exposed. Okay, well here I will renew my order to push forward. And with this group I will sneak around and potentially attack some skirmisher which are over there. Okay, I'm still fighting through here. I will get my skirmisher closer, which will allow them to support my advancing troops. I'm keeping some reserve here in case my cohort are starting to be a little tired. Okay, I need to push into the enemy rank here to prevent the enemy skirmisher from shooting my troops here in the back, where they are more vulnerable. Okay, same here. The enemy here is routing, but there's still a couple of skirmisher around here, but I think they're about to rout. Still no sign of enemy reinforcements for the moment. They probably are landing elsewhere, and I might not have a visual on them at the moment. Okay, now that the defender from this area has been cleared out, I will commit my troops back to the fight. I have a few legionnaires which are a little tired as well, so I will just keep them back until they recover, which should not take too long, hopefully. And here I will deploy my skirmisher in the back here. I will remove the function to make them pull back as soon as the enemy chase them. So my line of legionnaires here is advancing slowly. The enemy is putting a good fight. So I might actually think about flanking around with my cavalry, using the mobility to potentially attack the enemy in the back. So I think I will do that. I'll group them up. Okay, well here those legionnaires will take a break. I will bring in my elite troops a little closer. This way they will provide their presence bonus, I suppose. Yeah, we're fighting through. Slowly but surely. Now my skirmishers are routing the enemy. Because of the impact of being shot at, I suppose. Well, here I have some legions which are having some spread out formation. Alright. Assuming that there's no enemy army which will be coming from this side, I will be able to charge the enemy in the back with my cavalry. Okay, I guess now would be a good time to engage my elite troops. And that might break the morale of the enemy, hopefully. Now let me check how fresh my troops are. They're still okay. They're still fighting through the enemy rank. Although if we judge by what's going on the ground, they might be losing a little more troops. My general is likely receiving fire from somewhere. I think I will just put them into Testudo. This way they will be able to survive enemy fire. Now I guess with my Praetorian I will flank around. With my first cohort I will move to that side. I'm not sure where the unit I sent around here went. Oh, I think I know now. They don't seem to be in particularly good position. So I will order my first cohort to engage that zone. This will make the remaining enemy troops in that blobbier route. And now I will engage with my different troops in there. Well, here I have a legion, which I will move to the side. Here this unit of legionnaire is a little isolated, so I'm not sure it's a good thing. But now I will actually bring my cavalry and charge in the back of the enemy. But they might actually come too late. Because it seems that the enemy armies is routed. So that was a pretty nice victory. I killed 3,454 and I lost 552. So that was a pretty good fight, all things considered. Usually those battles will take 5 minutes. But now it takes 10 minutes thanks to the mod. And it's much more interesting because you have the time to actually do tactic. So that's nice. This is a close combat mod, by the way. I recommend you to give it a try. So that's the first town from England, essentially, that I captured. Which wasn't under the Iceni control, but from another faction. I'm still struggling in eliminating the remaining enemies in that region. Because they're really playing a game of cat and mouse, which is very annoying to have to deal with, because they are using quick, forced march, which allows them to go pretty far and out of reach of a direct attack from me. So this is I will have to find a way to ambush them somewhere, assuming they are still around there. Okay, let's increase authority. Now the thing is that I don't really mind much about what kind of update I give to my general, because what I noticed is that generals die all the time. So having a super good general is not necessarily important, because you will ultimately die from a wide variety of reasons. So there's no point in trying to keep them alive. If they don't die in battle, they will get killed by a spy or that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really matter what kind of ability you give your general, since ultimately he dies. On the other hand, giving your army some specific trait might be a good thing. That's much more important, because your army will not disappear. It will stay there and it won't die at once. And even if you lose your army and it get completely defeated, you can reinstate the legacy. So that means that this will last much longer than your general legacy. Okay, so recruiting some veteran legionnaires. I might actually, let me see. I think I will go for more cavalry instead. I don't really rely much on cavalry, but it's just that the more you fight against Middle East faction in this area, the more you want to rely on cavalry to deal with large amount of skirmisher. Now, if I get out of that town, will there be a rebellion? No, perfect. That means I can continue my expansion south. So I will go over there. Now there's still this specific army here, which is running around, playing a game of cat and mouse as the other do. So I will have to work on trying to defeat it without it fleeing once again. Now in the region of Alexandria, I will build up some cohort barrack. This way it will allow me to build proper units or armies in this region. And now let's simply cycle the different armies to see what am I missing. Oh yeah, I should also ensure that every region have a building planned this way, I won't have any slum building up. For example, here I can build a farm. So just cycling around. Now you can see that some region I can expand, but I don't necessarily have any obligation in expanding the population. Because the thing is that the more building you build, the more sometimes you end up having to sustain them. Of course, you can keep your building at low level, but it's not necessarily... well, it's tempting to upgrade them further. And in some cases, it's necessary. Alright, so let's convert everybody here. But also, the fact that you develop your empire is not necessarily useful all the time. If you keep it pretty low on tech, you might have a better chance of keeping public order. Now, in this case here, the people are unhappy. That's because this region here is one of my ally, which I will probably have to dispose of very soon, because they seem to be to become pretty powerful. At the same time, they might turn against me at some point, and I don't necessarily want to have to bring my army back to deal with an ally that will have gone rogue. So. Peace, no peace. Sorry. Had to be done. The thing is that when they're asking you for peace, usually that means that they just don't have the means to beat you. So they can still annoy you with few armies around the place. But usually it's not a big deal. Okay, well here I will convert the population to my culture, as well as produce some food. And now let's see what kind of technology I want to expand toward. Wealth from farms, or economy, or let's say military. Let's see what I can do with this. Okay, I will research that, but this will be because it will increase my replenishment rate for my armies, which I seem to be needing now that I'm losing a little more troops per battle. Okay, now it's time to take back that town. There doesn't seem to be any armies around, so that's like that's undefended. So I'm taking back my town. Now let's see. Sadly, they took the opportunity to convert all my building to their culture. What's interesting there is that they're actually producing a lot of farms, which is a new thing. I don't remember seeing that before. So I took the place. Now I will have to leave my legion there for now. And I will bring this new legion, which just recovered from a catastrophe that you might remember. And I will bring them quickly to dispose of that army, which is most annoying to see in my own territory. While here, I'm just keeping that army there. There's no reason for me to do anything about that for now. And here I'll make my way down to that town. They might actually send an army to intercept me. They seem to have the number at the moment, but I'm not particularly worried about how dangerous that might be. And here, let's continue to play the cat and mouse game against that army right here. I have another legion in Memphis, which I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I might... yeah, I don't know. The thing is that... okay, this army cannot go through here. So that means that they can only go through here. But they might actually go attack that town there, so I will move in forced march over here, expecting them to land on either of those beach. So I'm really under the impression that I'm chasing the enemies which are on my territory at the moment. Okay. Ending the turn. Perhaps I should bring my fleet. That might be a very useful thing to chase down the enemy around the base. Or perhaps I should send my fleet up north to support my attack on my conquest of Britain. The Iceni which are there don't seem particularly strong at the moment on the island. But the one thing is sure is that when you're at war with a faction, the best thing to do is really to wipe them out. And make sure that the territory they had is completely cleared out. Okay, so that's a real fleet. They might actually blockade my place. And here you can see that army which is still running all over the place. But hopefully my legion, which I'm bringing now, will be able to cut them off, as well as this legion, which now seem to be back at full power, so I might be able to corner them. Finally. Okay, now while we're here, I will continue to define that army. So more veteran legionaries. Or no, actually these are first cohort. Veteran legionaries seem a little better. But anyway, let's go with the first cohort. I think they have more armor. And okay, Legion of Africa. Nothing to do here. So now I'm just planning my next expansion. I need to find a faction which is fairly easy to conquer without creating too many enemies. So I suppose that I'll go into diplomacy and I'll check how it goes with those factions over here. That's not what I wanted here. Okay, let's go with these. They don't have any allies. These don't have any ally either. So everybody is pretty much on their own. Yeah, everybody makes war on everybody. So essentially, if I declare war on somebody, nobody will care. So I guess I won't engage myself in a war against these guys now, because they are rather spread out. And I'll have to wait for this legion to be built up. So that means that if I want to expand, I will declare war on that faction around here. And that will have to wait for me to dispose of that Gallic Confederation. Commander. Because with the Gallic Confederation army here, they can potentially take back a few of my town. Which is something I don't necessarily want. It's not necessarily that it will be a big setback. It's just that it will force me to take back that town, so that will slow me down in expanding. Okay, so we finally have a sea battle against these guys. So let's destroy them for good. Excellent. I did not lose any cohort. As opposed to troops. I did lose quite a bit of troops, but it wasn't worth it to do it myself, because I will have most likely lost a complete unit each time one of my ships will have been destroyed. Okay, let's continue to make my way down there. Who am I forgetting now? Here I suppose I just stay around because there's that army which might... well, it's a fleet, so I'm not sure if they will attack me or not. But I will just keep my legion there until the temple is complete and public order is restored.
Ready for battle.
Okay, ending the turn. This is starting to be hallucinating to see that turning stuff. Okay, well, that faction seemed to be thinking quite a bit. I think that's the faction I just destroyed the fleet of. And I think they only have one more fleet which is down there. Trade agreement, and they want to pay me for it. Sure. That's kind of rare. Usually it's the other way around.
Only the greatest dare speak of peace.
No, I won't make peace with you. Usually what happens is that it's like the faction will tell you, we want you to join my war and you should pay us for joining our war. That's the kind of logic that happened, but normally with the patch 4 it's supposed to be improved, the diplomacy. So that what you see here is actually a result of the patch 4, at least the beta patch 4. So we might see some different behavior that were not the case before. Okay, well, another big battle to come here. Let's do this. Now most of their troops are reduced a little. I'm not sure by what. I don't believe I fought these. But I will have to fight my way through and capture the town. There will be a huge amount of fleet reinforcements, which is something that I find kind of annoying, because you end up... sure, it's cool to have navies help you, but the thing is that you end up having so many navies coming to help you out that it doesn't necessarily add much to the gameplay. It's just that it delays the enemy reinforcements. So I'm not sure I like the fact that navies can become a mean to reinforce land battle. It's cool, but at the same time I don't like it. So it's a kind of an interesting situation there. It's a cool concept, but I'm not sure that the application of it is well done. Because ultimately what it does is that you have those ships which are spawning all the way over there, and they're bringing reinforcements, and they will have to land all over the place. And when you're seeing that 100 times, it kind of gets old. So you will prefer that perhaps if the navy is in the port, for example, well, make them start landed, since that's where they're going anyway. Unless you have a navy, then perhaps make them start in the water. I think that probably will improve the experience. There's a couple of spearmen here. Now the enemy force is reduced probably by attrition. They're likely lacking food, which is actually a behavior which the patch is supposed to address. But it's probably not included yet because I haven't played a sufficient amount of turn to have that kind of modification happen. And also many city in my game are already built, so it's built on previous AI behavior. So that means that whatever improvement they did to the AI campaign-wise did not happen yet in my game. But it's possible that they will happen in the future, because the AI seem very good at capturing stuff from each other. So that might mean that all those movement on the campaign might end up leading to some implementation of the change from the new patch. But we'll see about that over time, because at the moment we can only speculate about it. So I seem to be facing a very small force right now. which are in that state because of attrition, I suppose. So that should not be too long. On the other hand, the enemies at sea might be much stronger. I think what I'll need to do now is probably enter from two places. So I will move a couple of cohort to the right side, and from there I will start an attack from here. I might as well send my cavalry to perhaps intercept the enemy fleet. So I will just make them flank quickly over there and probably engage the enemy in there. Now hopefully most of the enemy fleet is composed of skirmisher, which seems to be the case at the moment, which will make my cavalry very happy, because when you're fighting a barbarian fleet, you end up usually fighting a lot of spearmen which are on those ships. But in this case I'm fighting a more Mediterranean type of fleet, which means they use skirmisher. My javeliners seem to be reducing quite a bit the reinforcements from there, which are actually coming into the back of my legionnaires. But they will panic very quickly. That should not be much of a problem. Okay, here moving my cavalry toward the enemy fleet to intercept them. Okay, now I have some legionnaires here, which I will try to make go capture that town center. There's also some reinforcements. I'm not sure. Yeah, these seem to be ships reinforcements. Okay, let's choose different targets for my legionnaires. Now we can see some enemy reinforcements coming from ships. I will try to intercept that. And the fact that most of them are skirmishers mean that they probably won't last long against cavalry. So fighting my way through there. There seem to be more reinforcements from that direction. Okay, let's engage here as well. Oh yeah, totally forgot about these. So I will engage the enemy which are blocking my way here. It's a pretty small force, so they should not last long. I will move my skirmisher forward to support my advance. To be honest, I'm under the impression that skirmisher which are supporting my main army are likely killing more of my own troops than the enemy. So my cavalry is now engaging those reinforcements from the sea. And there's more reinforcements here. Now the thing is that what could be nice is if the Navy had a little more diversity in terms of troops. They should make some basic ships which are either skirmisher or melee units for all factions, because right now in this case I end up fighting nearly just javeliners, and that's a type of reinforcements which is just not able to face any legionnaires or any regular troops. So okay, some swordsmen here, which are probably the tough fight of the battle. So my veteran legionaries are charging them in the back. They probably will do a short work of them. Yeah, they're routing. Oh, here I'm neglecting my cavalry. So that should probably take care of that pretty quickly. And now let's see if there's anything else. I don't believe there's any more troops to kill. I think this has been... this is clearly a victory. I'm not sure... Oh, there's more ships. So I suppose that... oh, and I will have to chase down more skirmisher here. skirmisher can actually be very dangerous for your cavalry, because cavalry is a kind of a big target, especially javeliner, so you really need to dispose of those javeliner very quickly. Unfortunately, javeliner don't have a particularly long range, but if you don't notice that your troops are being targeted, you can suffer some loss. Well, my troops here are pretty much idle. I don't really have anything for them to do, so I will just make sure that if there's an enemy which is coming in from anywhere, they will be blocked. Like this. There we go. So normally now, no matter where they will be coming from, I will be able to intercept them. Now that's what I mean by fleet reinforcements, which are not particularly interesting. It's, look at this, they're just coming in very late, and they're made of skirmishers, so they won't be much of an impact in the battle. They should, they might as well not take part at all, and just survive as a fleet, suffering from attrition. I guess can simply admire my troops around the place, which are all happy. It's like, where desert? Yes, such a great place to be. What's nice here is the fact that when you have troops moving around, you have all that kind of destruction happening. And that's very nice, because then you end up having a kind of a cool scene like this, where you can see that there was a battle, and you can see how there's dead people all over the place. And that kind of make a nice scene with some visual diversity. That's a good touch. And here you can see that there's even still some fleet coming in. But we won't see that, because I'm ending this battle. There's no point in trying to kill any more of them. And look at this. I killed 2,000 and lost 67. So, yeah. Let's go back to the campaign now. So I'll take care of that region now. There's still that fleet which I should probably chase down. But since they are suffering from attrition and they no longer have any more province under their control, it might not be useful to even try to chase them. While here there's also one of their army which will likely attack this town next turn and will be destroyed by my legion, of course. And here I should probably be thinking about expanding over here, but I should probably wait for the complete conquest and the establishment of a proper public order down there before taking any further action. There we go, destroying everything. That will restore public order. Go figure. Now I will say that I'm dismantling, which means that I'm doing a recuperation, so I'm keeping some resource. Okay, now the enemy fleet seem to have moved away. If they attack, well, I'll just destroy them in the town. Otherwise, I will go attack Moridonon. And here I'm still chasing down this army. Unfortunately, they decided to make an encampment, which might mean that I might actually be able to attack them and destroy them for good. There we go. So, yeah, let's do this. Now this will be a battle where there's actually an encampment, which is something that we don't see all the time, but it seems to be more and more common now. I've had much more of that than before, since the last few patch. And now you can see the small encampment here. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of javeliner, which will be instrumental in conquering the place. My legionnaires are also pretty good at that, and I guess, let me see something here. Okay, velites will be particularly important because what I'll do with them is I will try to destroy those towers, which can be very deadly. So getting rid of these might be particularly important. I don't seem to have cavalry anymore. It's probably an army that lost it. But we'll be fine. We don't need cavalry to invade encampment anyway. So I will run in with my javeliner here, Loidus, and then I will deploy my velites on the side here where they will be able to attack that tower. There we go. Now I suppose we can simply admire my troops moving forward. All the glory of the Roman Empire. Okay, now the reason why I'm able to go that low, and even that low, is because I'm using the debug camera. So it's that allows me to make much cooler videos. Only thing, we can really be into the fight. Yes. Okay, now let's see. Now these are actually proper a warrior. They are well armored. They have a spear, which will make them not particularly good against my legionnaires, but these here might be a little more of an issue. But so far, I don't really see in this army anything that powerful. Okay, let's keep moving forward with the legionnaires. There seem to be many of my skirmishers which are spread out. Come on, regroup. Now the problem I have is that my velites are taking all the punishment, which is something I should not allow. I should let my other skirmisher take it instead. Now let's do a quick reload. I really want to get rid of those tower because they can really inflict a lot of loss, as you can see here. Okay, well, I guess I will engage some troops which don't have that much experience. This way that will give them experience. I don't know why my velites are so eager to enter the camp all by themselves. It's a bunch of hothead. While my other skirmisher are behaving normally. Thank you. I don't think I will be able to burn this. Now let's see, can I burn this with my Praetorian? That might be overkill to use Praetorian for that. Nah, I should not do that. Let's use more regular troops. So come on, attack this and burn it. Let's do the same thing with a unit on that side as well. Because I guess velites won't be enough. Well, here with my legionnaires, I will enter the camp. That will be a tough fight. I suppose I should as well move some legionnaires on different side. Oh, I cannot move on that side. Velites did not like burning that tower. Fortunately, my legionnaire don't mind. They seem much more competent at throwing stuff than skirmisher units. Come on, burn this. Now, I'm not too sure what my legionnaire do now. I think they're taking some innovative formation. Now, many of my legionnaire here are actually facing the wrong way. Go figure. Well, here I will renew my order to burn that town. Well, that place. Which they did do it as expected. Okay, well that seemed a very chaotic scene here. So, a lot of fighting. This is pretty chaotic. Even though there's only one entry. Wait, that did not burn completely yet. Burn it! Ah, there we go. Okay, that did burn. How about here? they did not burn it completely. Oh, that's because it's taking time, that's why. So I should not panic. I should remain calm and believe in my troops, which is a reasonable thing to do. Well, here my troops are starting to be able to enter the fort. There's a lot of javelin which are hitting the wall. Look at that. Okay, let's try to flank around. Now these troops should be able to handle the situation here. Let's say engage over here. Now if I had cavalry, I will start invading from the other side as well. But we're pretty much stuck, so I will reinforce that side. Well, here I will send one more cohort. Now the thing is that here, whether it's siege or that kind of action, Roman, if you fight them without having space to maneuver, you don't stand a chance. So the barbarian, by building a camp here, really did dig their own grave. Because the Romans are all about strong units, which are moving forward into the melee. While the barbarian are all about maneuver normally. And avoiding the fight when they should, and engaging the fight when they can. I must say that those legionnaires are really courageous to enter this, because that's quite a few enemies that they have to fight. There's even a ballista here, which I will try to destroy, because I'm sure that this thing explains a lot of loss that I have around here. Okay, now let's attack the enemy in the back now. Now, by being completely surrounded like that, they will break much faster. There seem to be a couple of swordsmen here, which are reacting to my attack on those scorpion. It's kind of original how the enemy is shooting missile, well, javelin, arrows, and that kind of stuff at troops which are not even near, instead of fighting the immediate threat. I don't know why, but many of my legionnaires seem to be heading out. I think I will just pull them back, which might be a very bad idea, by the way. But I will do it anyway, just to have some order in what's going on, and see how they behave as well. It's kind of strange how the troops are going back and back in. And look, I told them to get out and now they're getting in. When I told them to get in, they decided to go out. That's bizarre or weird. Okay, it's time to attack those units in the back. My legionnaires here seem to be doing a good job at killing everything on the way, even though they seem very outnumbered. This guy seems to be playing the tower or something. He's like, should I engage or not, or stop moving around me? Confusing. Okay, finally I can charge those skirmishers which have been throwing stuff at my troops all the way there. Okay, That unit has a super long formation. I don't know what's that. But now I'm finally finishing off the last defenders. There we go. Victory. It was pretty nicely done. And the pace allowed me to attack from multiple angles, which is a very nice innovation. And this is all thanks to that close combat mod, I believe. Okay, there we go. Let's execute them. This way their enemies will be happy, and I might be happy as well. I don't know. Although it's not, there's only 5 units remaining. Sadly, which means that they will still be able to run around. Okay, let's increase the general level again. Let's see what I can do. Even though I said that it's not particularly important what you give them, it can be important nonetheless to choose good stuff when your general is starting to be high level like this. But you should always expect to lose your general at any time. Okay, let's see the different armies once again. Well, that army was able to go somewhere. I will send them into Alexandria. Well, here I'll wait. I don't think I will attack there. And I send that army here to intercept that army, but they decided to go up north, so I will simply go there. And I will start deploying my armies in position to invade the 3 territory which are under the rule of that faction, which is Treveri. So we'll do this. I think I can end the turn without any catastrophe happening. Okay, let's do that. I just hope that I won't see an ending turn message, well, you have a slum somewhere, because the slum really consume a lot of food, and it's really bad for the public order, which is something you don't want. Okay, they are offering me to become a client state, or they want me to become a client state. Their demand, their offer. Well, yeah, sure. Become a client state. But if you declare war on anybody, I will not join you. I'm that kind of ally. Okay, look at this. A special unit will come and kill my general, or maybe make him stuck there. I guess it's fine, it's part of the game. Subversion, military subversion. I received, oh yeah, received a lot of money. Wow, so much stuff. Now I'm super rich. Okay, well, let's keep moving inland. We're having a blockade here, which is not much of an issue. Okay, let's cycle the different legions. Well, this army seems to be too small to do any harm at the moment. I don't think they will be able to capture anything. So I will now commit my armies into the conquest of England. And I will move that other legion to reinforce here to get ready to invade that territory as well. Well, here... What is that? I will attack south, trespassing. Well, I'm sure they don't care. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of thousand of people which are armed to the teeth going south into your territory, which is the end of the world. That's totally not suspect. Oh, that army is now looting my territory, which is an interesting thing. I never saw that before. Looting enemy territory can be very nice because it reduces the happiness in the region. But the other thing is that it will make the enemy, well, the other faction they will hate you like crazy. They won't necessarily declare war on you on the other hand, which is kind of strange. But it will also give you quite a bit of money sometime. So it can be worth it to loot the other people's province, and you don't have to sustain any buildings. So you're just taking the money and running away with it. Okay, going back to cycling my different legions. Yeah, I keep clicking on that one. I think here what I'll do is I'll simply cycle my different town. Here, what can I do? War Dog. Oh, I think I will build this because I had a request to see War Dog, and I never use War Dog. So I guess I will create an army made of War Dog, perhaps, just for demonstration purpose. That might lead to a terrible consequence, but we'll see that in the future. Anyway, my empire is starting to be large enough for me to do plenty of weird stuff without having much consequence. Okay, let's increase the public happiness. Let's increase the spreading of my culture. Let's more culture. I will develop those towns. Anyway, I have a lot of food. I will also develop the farms. So that should be good. Now let's see what kind of empire I have. Yeah, I can raise many more armies. So I can build the army anywhere I want. I'm making 7,000, which is okay. I will develop my different towns here. Make happiness, spread the culture. There we go. Now let's see, Shrine of Vulcan, why not? So as you can see, I'm really spending in building which increase the happiness level of my towns. And this is important because while it doesn't necessarily support my military advance, on the other hand, it does ensure that in the future these regions will just not revolt against me. Now here's what I feared, a couple of slums. I think that will force me to cancel a few building to get rid of those slums, because these are probably the most dangerous thing ever. They might create rebellion. So I will have to keep in mind that I do have a few slum problem to resolve here. I will end this turn. I don't think there's anything which are particularly important for me at the moment to deal with, other than the slum. Oh, battle. Wow. I will actually lose this. That's impressive. So I guess I will have to bring back my Legionnaire, or perhaps bring another one from somewhere else. Although they don't necessarily have any proper army to face me at the moment, other than the fleet. That's also a new behavior. Now fleet actually attack on the ground. Before they used to just stay there and make blockade. So I think that's a nice improvement that they're attacking. On the other hand, the consequence of that is that they're attacking with bad troops. Okay, this is another battle which I won't do, so I'm losing that town as well. Because there's just not enough defense there. And this army, or this fleet, is too big for me to handle. So I will have to bring back a legion here, or perhaps bring a legion from the main continent and support my advance into England. Invasion force. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, right. Okay, well, what I'll do here is I will capture that town, which is defended simply by our garrison, so no big deal there. I will auto battle this. There we go, capturing the town. Then, since there's no real armies around other than the navy, I will move fast back over here, where I might actually have the capacity to attack Iska in the next turn. I do have that legion which is coming in, so I will send them on fleet and go attack up north. Then what is there to do other than that? I suppose I will reinforce my upcoming offensive in this area. Like this. Now let's cycle the different legions. So I guess I will come here. That will get rid of the enemy fleet as well as take back the town. And the only consequence from this fight is to slow me down in the conquest of the south part of Egypt, I suppose.
Ready for orders.
Well, here I will just cross the border, get ready to attack that town, which I might have to siege because there's a lot of people in there. And here I will send my legion on the coast. This way it will be able to secure this place from potential counterattack. Although I think the enemy faction has been wiped out. Let me verify that. Nope, not sure about that. So they might still exist, I don't know. Okay, is that all? I'm pretty rich. Oh yeah, I need to fix my slum issue. That should be the only thing I'm concerned about at the moment. So I guess 2 religious thing and 1 economic thing and an academic will suffice to secure that region stability. And here I'm just waiting, so I think okay, that legion need to be ranked up, which I'll do like that. And now we're fine, I believe. So normally I'll be able to take back Iska, and then I have a legion which I will likely go to Eblana. And then with the legion which I will take Iska, I'll go all the way up to Eboraron or Con. What's that? I don't really see if it's a K or... yeah, it's a K. I hope you like my pronunciation of Latin name for towns. Gallic Confederation. Oh, they're still messing around with the mind of my troops, which is slowing me down and taking back the town I just lost. Okay, let's go land. I will land into that territory that might allow me to bypass the enemy fleet. While here, can I actually reach that down? No, I cannot because that agent messed up my general. I guess here I forgot to destroy everything. And here, let's move into that future enemy territory. And put my legion in position nearby. There we go. Oh yeah, also one thing which is interesting, if you actually do raiding, that will actually please the enemy of that faction. So if you want to create alliance to find who's the enemy of the faction you want to be friend with, and then without necessarily declaring war on the enemy of your potential friend, you can raid his territory and then become more friendly with his enemy.
Journey complete.
So it's much easier than it sounds.
Ready for orders.
Okay, that faction here is it's at war with everybody. Oh, that might lead me to trouble because okay, I will simply do that. I will auto battle this.
Commander.
So that was much easier than expected. But the thing is that I will try to capture this. The only issue that I have is that the faction which is owning that territory also has territory around here. So I might have to go by sea, attack them.
We hunger.
Which is well, it's an okay situation, but it's not ideal. Because then I'll become stuck into a war around here, which is not necessarily interesting. I prefer to attack from that direction. Okay, what else is there to do? Nothing here, as usual. And here, let's go into that town, which seems very annoyed by the fact that there's no legions around. I will destroy all the buildings of that region. That will increase the happiness, as weird as it sounds. Okay, there we go.
We hunger for battle.
Okay, and I guess the battle for that region of Iska will have to wait. So ending the turn now. I'm pretty rich and I'm not spending much. Although now I destroyed quite a few buildings, which I will have to rebuild at some point. But for now, let's hope for the best. And although I will also have to destroy Massilia, which might be an interesting faction to fight because they are Greek. So that might be fun. Okay, what's that? Oh, that's because they're attacking the region which I let unguarded. What a surprise. Essentially the enemy, what they're doing right now is they're just avoiding my army. And with a spy they are just making my army getting stuck there. Well, that's why having another legion might be useful. Wow, so many messages. Yeah, this legion is stuck there because of a spy. So I guess I will first of all destroy those fleet, which are really mocking me at the moment. So let's destroy this. There we go. This way they will stop mocking my force. And then I will lend my force to reconquer this. And while here, I suppose that I can probably start a war in the region here. Let's see, do they have any ally? They don't. So I will declare war on them. I will have to fight that battle apparently. And that will be the next battle or next episode. So I'll see you there.